What it do, what it do, what it do. Salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad. Man, Chief Sock G coming through to holler at y'all. Priest and Captain Soccer War, the Israelite School, UPK. Live from Memphis, Tennessee. It's a Toxic Tuesday. That's what we're going to call these going forward. So I wanted to come holler at y'all today, man, about some things that's going on in this social media space concerning black and brown male and female relationships. Toxic Masculinity is a show that I had running quite some time ago. You can see it archived on the Angry Black Man Media channel on Facebook and on YouTube. And with the Toxic Masculinity uh, show that I was running, the aim was to provide a platform that would allow men to be able to build on the topics and the subjects concerning dating and maintaining and sustaining healthy relationships, and just to explore different things that come up in social media, different topics and subjects that can be controversial, and just to provide um, a righteous man's perspective on these things. And so it's been a while since I've done a toxic masculinity episode, but I think that the viewpoints and the messaging that was being delivered is definitely necessary and required at these times. And so going forward, y'all, on Tuesdays, we back at it. Toxic Masculinity, Toxic Tuesday, Chief Sanji on the Angry Black Man Media channel. And that's how we're going to rock it out. Today, I want to talk to y'all about bursting balloons. All right. And we'll get into the topic and the subject and the breakdown momentarily. But I would like to first start off this episode, as I did every Toxic Masculinity episode in the past, with a disclaimer, just so everybody understands exactly what it is that you're tuning in and exactly what it is you can expect from this Toxic Masculinity podcast or the Toxic Tuesday breakdowns that I'm going to be delivering going forward. Here's the disclaimer. All right. Toxic Masculinity is a man's show. Not to say there's nothing that a woman cannot or will not gain from tuning in, but it's important and necessary to understand that everything that is expressed, discussed, and broken down on this show will always be focused on logic and truth. You understand? Logic and truth. Not emotions, not a feeling, not some desire or uncontrollable urge that can be explained, but logic and truth. Right now in this country and in the world at large, there's a war being waged against logic and truth. A war that expands beyond political affiliations, racial demographics, gender identity, and social status. For some of our people, it's very blatant and obvious to see the war that's being waged, but far too many of our people are being casualties. Let this noise pass to their ignorance. Everybody understands. So what exactly does that mean? That means on this platform, we're going to wage against the war that's being fought against logic and truth. You understand? So what that means is that everything that you hear here is going to be 100% raw, uncut, unfiltered, unedited truth. You understand? Based in logic. Everybody understands. Let me see something. Filter but not watered down, straight with no chaser. If you can't take the heat, now's the time to get out of the kitchen. If you can't swim, you are bound to drizzle. And never forget that while pressure bursts pipes, is also what takes coal and turns it into diamonds. All right. With that being said, by now a lot of people I see them buzzing on social media about the most recent episode in this balloon popping dating game that's been going viral for quite some time. And if you haven't been familiar with it already, uh, this is a screenshot right now of the last episode, right? So this is a show where all the women you see standing there with balloons in their hand, they are there to find them a mate. They're there to find a man that they can be with and have a relationship with, and they looking to date somebody and be able to, sustain a relationship. Well, what happens is the person who's uh, looking to get chose, they come out. The lady, as soon as they come out, based off their appearance, balloons might get popped. The lady comes, they come out. The lady says, "Introduce yourself." They say, "Hey, I'm Tom John, and I'm 32, and I work this job, and I make this money, and this is what I'm looking for." And all throughout the introduction, the women get opportunities to pop their balloons. Sometimes, some episodes on the show, it's men who are presenting themselves before women. Other times, there's women presenting themselves before men. Well, on the most recent episode of this show, there's a brother who came out at the end of the show. This brother came out at the end of the show to present himself before the women. There were some balloons that got popped. He came down the line talking to the women, chopping it up. There were some more balloons that got popped. And for every balloon that was popped, this brother had a response or a reply to the women that were popping the balloons. Well, the brother went on social media today, went on Instagram, and said that because of his appearance on the show, women who did not like his demeanor, did not like the way that he responded to the contestants, didn't like the way that he conducted himself, placed calls to his place of business. They found out where he worked, found out who he was, called his employer, and ended up getting the brother fired from his job. Now, I don't know how true this is. I don't know how real it is. And when I first heard it, it was hard for me to wrap my mind around the idea that people can just get you, you know, people can just get you fired from your job because of something you do on social media. And in this brother being on social media, this brother wasn't being vulgar. This brother wasn't being, too rude, too disrespectful. There were some women that said some things about the brother. He responded about what he felt. In my opinion, he wasn't disrespectful. He wasn't out of line. He didn't do nothing that was over the top. But what this brother failed to acknowledge and recognize was the fragility of women when it comes to being rejected. And so here's the Instagram post that came out this morning. The brother said, all this clout chasing got me fired from work. Man, I really love plumbing and I'm good at it, and they got that taken away from me. Y'all are sick. They called my company 500 times and are messing up business. And so all in the comments of the brother's post on Instagram is women and men arguing and fighting in the comments over whether he should have got fired or not, talking about the different things that he said in his appearance on the show. And there's a lot of people that's flabbergasted. They taken aback. They can't believe that somebody could lose their job over something as simple and as petty as appearing on a dating show and having, a dialogue with women who rejected him. So, a few things that I want to cover with this, right? I want brothers out there to understand why this brother got fired from his job or what was so problematic about his appearance on this show. And I think it's necessary for brothers to understand the psyche of the women that you are encountering out here in the streets and the psyche of women who appear on dating shows like this or women who appear on online dating apps. You understand? The whole dating scene today, I don't want to say it's watered down or it's filtered down, but everybody has a preconceived notion of what they can expect or what they can receive out here actively dating, meeting people on the internet, online, going on shows, and just really putting yourself out there. And this brother made a crucial mistake. He had a crucial lapse in judgment, which led to him being in the situation that he's in now. And I think it's important for all brothers to be able to, acknowledge and recognize the fragility of the minds of the women who you are encountering out here in the streets. Before I get into what the brother did wrong or the mistakes that he made, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna watch the episode. We're gonna watch the back and forth that he had with the sisters. We're gonna watch him talking to them, and I'm gonna play the whole thing through before I come back and I break down what the brother did wrong or why it is that he was so problematic for these women that 500 calls was placed at his job and ended up getting him fired. If any of you saw this episode or saw the clip that came out online and you felt some kind of way about it, holler at me in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what y'all felt about what the brother said, what you felt about the brother getting canceled, or what I'm saying, them coming together to call up his job and get him fired. And I'm gonna break it down for y'all and explain what it is the brother did wrong and why it is he brought down this hell on himself. All right. So let's go ahead and get it. We're gonna go ahead and run a tape and let's check it out. All right. Here we go.
Hello, welcome. I'll have you hold this. All right, if we can have your name.
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are
Yes,
you?
ma'am. I'm 29.
29, okay, and what do
Yes.
you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
Okay, very cool. And
Yes.
now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker, being promiscuous, not cleanly, don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay. All right. So we did get a pop balloon. Let's go ahead
Okay.
and go on over there and see what's going on.
Yes.
All right, if we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to say the pop in the balloon proper. Got you. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or I wasn't fully attracted to you, and I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great
Thank
day.
you, Queen. You too.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. All right, we got to pop over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Dara. I'm 22.
Okay. And why did we end up popping our balloon?
The comment you made didn't really. I like a more humble person, not someone that responds so defensive-ish. Yeah, that's really it. I didn't really necessarily like
That's
how you
fine.
responded.
Hey, I could just
Yeah.
all I can do is be honest.
I mean,
you know,
yeah, be honest.
I
Be your
came
authentic
over here
self.
to,
That's okay.
to find a match
Sure.
that wasn't matching. That's
Sure, I
all,
mean,
Queen.
I 100% understand.
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Sure.
And I was, she someone that's your type?
She all right. You know, you're not really my type. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No
You know,
disrespecting.
but if I seen you in public, I wouldn't reach out to.
Totally fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. And we did get a pop balloon over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I'm Lex, and I'm 23, and I popped my balloon because I feel like you could be a tad bit disrespectful, like how you, like, I don't know, arrogant, a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, just that.
Well, voicing my opinion is not arrogant. You know, she asked me if she would be a good fit for me. If I like what I see, you know, it's contrary to the truth. So
course.
that's all I can do is just state what I see. That's not a good look for me. That's all, Queen. But thank you. You did me a favor as well.
Yeah. Also, what I have to say is, it's not what you say. This is what I mean by what I said. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes.
You could have rephrased a lot of the things that you have been saying to me as well as the other girls differently. But that's all I have to say.
But one thing about me is I'm not going to change who I am
Of course.
to fit somebody else's liking. You know, I'm just going to tell it how it is. If you're not it, that's not it. You know, the
Cool.
one that is it, I'm going to let it be known.
Okay.
You know, for surely, yes.
Respectful.
You ready for this?
Wow.
Everything that boy do, he
Would be a damn commercial come through. Listen, so far with everything that we've seen and everything we heard, this brother ain't did nothing wrong. Ain't that one thing that he said that's been out of pocket. Nothing he said was out of line. He didn't offend nobody. All he said was, "Hey, thanks, baby, for popping the balloon. You did me a favor. Wouldn't have been a match." You know what I'm saying? The broad other woman tell him, "Well, you know, you could have been nicer to her." Nah, I don't need to be nice to her. I mean, all I did was told her it was a good match. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You did me a favor too. Like 3 women popped their balloons. They was asked why they popped their balloons. The first one said it wasn't a good match. He said, "I appreciate you. It wasn't going to be a good match anyway." The other two, he letting them know like y'all not really my type. You know what I'm saying? And then he's standing down. The third one asked him, "Well, you know, it's not what you said; it's the way you said it. You know, you could have been a little bit nicer about it." And he like, "Nah, I'm gonna speak the truth. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not finna, you know what I'm saying, play around with what it is that I feel. I'm just telling the truth and being honest. If me being honest or telling the truth is problematic for you, then you know what I'm saying. That's cool. It ain't a match anyway. I can't deal with you. Let's go ahead and get into the last half of this brother's meet and greet with these sisters on the balloon popping show."
Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You know, women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that. That's all I
Okay.
was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not
eyes.
what it is. No,
That's
I was
all
looking at the
pointing
hair on
out.
your
Anyways,
arms, Queen.
she asked me the question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much.
Well,
though.
you're not qualified, baby.
Alright,
so
that's
that's
cool.
all good.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. So we do still have 3 unpop, but she looking like you gonna pop? Okay. Okay. All right. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Jacqueline. I'm 25. I popped because I have hair on my arms.
Hey, just because you got hair on your arms, that's okay, though, Queen. You look phenomenal, though.
Thank you.
You know, she ain't fit to my liking. She ain't even fit to Hey, excuse me, Queen. I'm talking to this woman right here. Oh, well, I could look anyway. I could look anyway. I could look any way I want to. You know?
Okay.
But yeah, can y'all give her balloon back, though?
She don't want it.
Yeah, do you want your balloon back, Queen? We're not talking to you, sweetheart. Okay. You already been, I already let you know. I'm not interested in. You got more hair on your arms than me, baby. But anyways.
Okay. So he's saying get your balloon back, but how you feeling him?
I'm not going to get my balloon back.
Okay.
All right. No problem. So we do still have 2 balloons.
Yes.
Do we still have 2 balloons? No. Okay, let's go over here. I saw you hesitate. That's why I had to ask. So if we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Kayla. I'm 23. Originally, I was not going to pop my balloon because I know a lot of them popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. But to me, I like my man that's not going to sit in every girl's face and, complimenting them, So I didn't find that offensive to me. But when they started what was going on, I'm very, I don't want to say I'm argumentative, but I don't want my man to argue back with me because then I feel like it's going to always be a problem. That was the only reason why I popped my balloon, because I was just like, dang. But then with me, you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy just a little bit. And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm going to get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but you was really coming out I didn't like it. I'm from the South and I can handle a lot of criticism and stuff like that, but the way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home and it's just not giving anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
I do real estate and property management.
I live downtown.
So what you do
I live
nothing compared to
downtown.
me.
I stay by myself, Queen. And you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not qualified.
You definitely not. If anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
And
ain't
the one
my
that you
type.
wanted popped
If I
up
seen, that's fine.
So what?
That is totally fine.
Okay.
But one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Get this
yeah,
man
you can't
off
do
camera
that.
right
You can't do
now.
that
Let's
though,
move
baby.
on.
Yeah,
Let's
in a real
move on.
way. You
Let's
can't
move
do
on.
that though, Queen.
All right. If we can have your name and age.
I'm Esther. I'm 23.
Okay. And Esther, you still have your balloon unpopped.
baby.
Why so?
Are you done?
Oh yeah, I'm done with the rest of that.
Okay. Okay, now we can talk, right?
In a real way.
Okay. What do you look for?
What
are you looking for?
A woman, like I said, that's not going to be promiscuous. A woman that's going to be consistent. A woman that has a career and things going for herself. Because I had the same thing going for myself.
Okay.
As well. I don't need a woman to give me her money or anything. I'm just looking for devotion and some loyalty. That's all. And some honesty.
Do you believe in God?
Oh, certainly. Yes, ma'am. I'm a God-fearing man. I practice monotheism. I won't tell you what I identify as religion-wise, but we can get to that at a later date and time, if you choose to leave here with me.
Okay. Do you know the Bible says that love is kind?
Yes, certainly.
Are you here for love or are you here to just insult
I'm trying to
everyone?
create a family.
Okay.
That's what I aspire to do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
You're good?
Sure, we're good.
Oh, okay. All right. Any questions for her?
No, not at all.
Do you have any kids?
No, I don't.
Do you want kids?
I do. You
How old
gonna
are
give
you
me
again?
some? Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29. How old are you?
23.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We might as well get up out of here right now.
All right. Well, let's
Yeah.
step on over here. Let's step that way real quick for me. Step that way.
Okay.
All right. So it seems like there's a little vibe here. So is it going to be a yes for you for him?
God says save souls, so yeah.
Oh, and is it a yes for you
It's
for her?
gonna be a hell yes for me.
Okay, we
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
match. All right, let me take this mic and y'all can go on off. Okay. All right.
So the brother, in the end, got his match, found what he was looking for, got a woman to actually have a conversation with him, and that should have been the end of it. The show is over. He's gone. He out these women's life forever. Ain't got to see him. Ain't got to talk to him no more. But no, that wasn't enough for them. Now, I don't know again. The story is, after the show, they found out who his brother was, where he worked. He was a plumber. They went and they called his company, called his job, blew up his spot, got the brother fired, right? And everybody is saying, man, and now the comments is going crazy. I'm going to read the comments on the brother's Instagram, right? Because the internet is an evil place, man. Internet is a horrible place where everybody has an opinion, everybody got a thought, everybody can add their 2 cents. Hell, but I'm part of the internet. Even me doing this live stream right now, I'm like everybody else. I got a thought, I got an opinion. I'm adding my 2 cents, right? But when you deal in logic and truth, when you deal with the reality and the facts of things, then you can kind of get to the core and the crux of what sets people off. And so we're going to read some of these comments, and I'm going to go ahead and break down the video and explain to you brothers what this brother did wrong so that maybe perhaps you can avoid finding yourself in a similar situation when you come to an impasse with women who you know, trying to meet and date and get to know, all right? So this is what the brother's comment was. His comment was, this is what I get for dealing with low value women. I'm hurt behind this for real. This is what kept me out the streets. Right? You had somebody say, you got fired for real, messing people's bread is too far. Right? Somebody said, old girl that said property management ain't got nothing on plumbing, she wouldn't last 10 minutes in our field, bro. All right, here we go. We read it forward. A sister said, the women in these comments, you can tell the type of person y'all is, and that's why some of y'all is probably single and will never get married. This world is a sick place. You know what I'm saying? A woman replied to her and said, girl, he not going to F you. Go watch them videos of this mutant Ninja Turtle and then come back once you're collected. Reading on. Somebody else replied and said, y'all that hurt from a man that you've never seen. All right? Keep reading. Hold on. Somebody said, I hate how he acted on the show. Definitely not cool, but to call his job and get him fired is some BS. This is his livelihood. I just think you don't mess with how someone eats, just saying. And somebody else said, this is sad. Someone gives the same energy that was given and people get so upset that he loses his job. Social media takes things entirely too far. All right. Another sister said, you work for people, and that you, Mr. I can pull out 100K. No way. I thought you were the boss. So I ain't gonna keep reading all of the comments, but you see people torn back and forth between whether or not the brother was right, whether or not the brother was wrong. You know, people didn't like how he presented himself. Let me give y'all the breakdown on what happened with this brother and his appearance on this show, and what you men need to know out here, know about dealing with these women out here who you are meeting. First and foremost, this balloon popping show exposes a particular ill that exists in the minds of men and women when it comes to finding or identifying a potential mate, right? First and foremost, what's wrong with this whole balloon popping game is that it's all based in superficial things. You understand? Meaning what? Sometimes the balloons get popped. Like when you go back and listen, as soon as the brother walked out, boom, first bra popped the balloon, right? Then they come over, ask her, what's up? Why'd you pop your balloon? She say, well, it just, the way you looked, the way you appeared, it just wasn't hitting for me. You know what I'm saying? You're a little bit short or whatever the case may be, right? Now, all the other girls hadn't popped their balloons at this point, which means what? Based off appearance, based off of looks, all of them women feeling him. And brothers, you have to know that you should be able to tell when you meeting a woman whether or not she's digging your appearance, whether or not she's feeling you physically. But just because a woman is feeling you physically or digging your appearance doesn't mean that she qualifies, you know what I'm saying, to be someone that you're dealing with. So with this balloon popping game, a lot of the times it's a the balloon popping game is indicative of the regular world, in that it's a choosing or getting chose game. This is what every brother on the balloon popping show needs to know and understand and recognize. All these women in this room holding these balloons, they are trying to get chose. You understand? They're there because they're looking for love. They don't have a man. Whatever situation they got going on or whatever previous relationships they've had, they all failed. And this is the only way that they feel like, I mean, this is one of the ways that they have resorted to trying to meet a man. For every brother, that knowledge and that understanding automatically should have you being in a position of leverage. You understand? Because a woman who is single, a woman who doesn't have a man, a woman who's open to meeting and dating and get to know somebody is like a woman who is looking to get hired for the job of being your girlfriend, or looking to get hired for the job of being your woman. And as a man, you have to approach and deal with meeting women as though you are interviewing for a job. You're looking to hire someone for a position that you're hiring for. And what that position is and what the details are, that's for you to decide. But understand that you're the one who has the ability to make the decision on whether or not this woman gets to have a job or not. Clearly, this brother had that understanding. This brother had that mentality that I'm not here to get chose. I'm here to do the choosing. So when he came out, the first balloon got popped. They walked over to the sister. Why'd you pop your balloon? Well, he wasn't tall enough. Just the way he looked, the appearance, it wasn't really for me. And he said, hey, no problem. Thanks. You did me a favor. Him saying no problem. Thanks. You did me a favor is automatically for women who are looking to be the choosers. It's a red flag because automatically they have to recognize that, oh, this cat's choosing. He wasn't upset about the balloon being popped. It didn't even matter to him. It was a thank you. You did me a favor. You saved me time. You made it easier for me to dwindle down all of the, things that I have to consider on who it is I'm going to deal with. And for those women who were there, a nigga that's too confident, a man that's too sure of himself, a man that knows his position and knows the game that's being played, that's not really something they can win with. It's not really something that they can't easily manipulate a man like that. They can't easily, walk over a cat like that, which led to the second girl popping her balloon. Second girl popped her balloon. They came back. Why'd you pop your balloon? Well, I don't really like the way he talked to her. I don't really like the way he responded when she said that she popped her balloon. Why? Why didn't you like what he said to her? He didn't say it to you. You still got a chance to get chose. Why does his response to this woman, who he let know you didn't qualify anyway, why did it bother you? Because that woman knows that she doesn't qualify. She knows that if she's dealing with a man who's doing the choosing, that she has to prove herself in some kind of way. She has to show something or offer something that is worth value, that is worth, a man considering her beyond how she looks. And women who are not that confident in how they look and not that confident in what else they have to offer will always self-sabotage themselves. And that's what that second woman did. That second woman saw, damn, this cat confident. This cat ain't tripping off a balloon being popped. He's not emotional. He talks slick to her. What she's thinking to herself is, well, damn, if he said that to her, what would he say to me? If he talks slick to her, I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem. Like, a lot of women are intimidated by that. They are afraid of a man who stands on being a man, who stands strong, holds his head up, confident. You know what I'm saying? And some of this is physical, based on the brother's appearance. You tell us a cat that work out in the gym, take care of his body. The brother speaks well. All of those things for some women are red flags. All of those things for some women is too much work for them, because if he is on a certain level, if he hold himself to a certain standard, then guess what? If he deal with me, he gonna hold me to that level too. He gonna hold me to the same standard. And it's the unsurety, it's the anxiety and the self-consciousness of a woman who feels like she doesn't measure up, to just go ahead and remove herself from the equation. So that's what the second pop was about. And again, he came back down there. Well, I appreciate you, princess, you know what I'm saying, or queen. But you know what? It wouldn't have worked with you neither. So I appreciate you. I thank you. Him saying that had the third chick pop her balloon. Now the third chick, again, they are okay. Understand this too when it comes to women, brothers. A lot of women are followers. They're not leaders. They don't really think for themselves. They kind of piggyback off of one another. And a lot of times, particularly in these social settings like this, sisters can be influenced by other women. Now, I don't think any of the women in this room know each other, but it's just like being at the club. You're at a party. You're at the club, right? And this is old wisdom from back in the day when men actually talked to women in public, right? If you was a cat in the club or in a party and you knew tonight I'm choosing, I'm trying to get chose. Tonight I'm gonna find me a woman. To start the night off at the beginning of the night, the way that you get all the women's attention in the room is to go and talk to a woman who they think is less than them. Go find the ugly girl or the quiet girl or the geeky girl or the girl that ain't nobody really paying no attention to and go talk to her. Buy her a drink. Get her to dance on the dance floor. You go to a woman, it's damn near like presenting a challenge to these other women. A lot of times women are they all not all. A lot of women are competitive. And a lot of women also are superficial in that they only want something if they see another woman has it. Or they only want something that they see another woman has an opportunity to get it. But if no other woman wants it, then they be influenced and be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want So when you back in the day when we used to be in the club, the worst way to start your night off is to go try to holler at a super bad bitch. You got to try to dance on a super bad fine broad. And you know the difference between the ones that's super bad and fine. And it's super bad and fine ain't even got to be appearance. Super bad and fine ain't even got to be the clothes she got on. Super bad and fine could just be the way she carry herself, the way she think about herself, the attitude, the swag she got. And as a man, you playing a dangerous game to go at her early on in the night. Because if you go at her too early and she carry you, that sends a signal to all the other women in the spot. Damn, she carried him. He must be a lame. He must be a weirdo. He must not be up to par. Now you go from her and try to go down to a lesser woman or a woman that's less confident or a woman that ain't as popping, then she gonna look at you like, nah, don't try to come holler at me now. You tried to holler at Shorty and she wasn't feeling you. So now you didn't put a mark X on your back for the rest of the night because all the women in here that you probably could have got are influenced now because the top-notch woman or the woman who they think is better than them then turned you down. So how do you fix that? How do you reverse that? You go to the least popping woman in the spot. You go to the woman that all the other women are not intimidated by. You go to the woman that all the rest of the women look at like, who the fuck, who is she? Why he go talk to her? And you go talk to her, buy her a drink, get her laughing, smiling, flirting, you dance a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe exchange numbers. And now what that does is all the rest of the women are like, well, ain't nobody come talk to me. Ain't no nigga try to come dance on me. Why he ain't even look at me? And now you're going to have them vying for your attention the whole rest of the night. Because a lot of women are easily influenced by what they see another woman do or what they see a man do with another woman. They see a man choosing on a woman, they say to themselves, well, shit, why she get chose? I want to get chose too. You could be a man that they wouldn't even never look twice at. You ugly, you fat, you ain't dressed all well, but they see a woman liking you and feeling you and digging you, automatically it activates something inside them to be like, yo, I gotta see what's up with this nigga. Maybe it's something I ain't seeing. Maybe it's something I'm missing. All these women is smiling in his face and dancing with him. Let me find out what it is. And so the two women that at first, the first woman that popped the balloon, I think she knew. Well, let's just say stick with what she said. She said she wasn't feeling him. He was too short. He said, no problem, princess. Hey, it wasn't going to work for me neither. So you did us both a favor. Boom. Second balloon get popped. Why did you pop your balloon? Well, I don't like the way he responded to the girl. And he could have been nicer about what he said. And, I just don't really like a man that's aggressive or mean. And he was like, hey, I get it, princess. But, I'm just telling her what it is. It wasn't a good match. But I understand what you're saying. And listen, it wouldn't have been a good match with you neither. So I appreciate that. Boom. Third balloon get popped. Why'd you pop your balloon? Well, I don't like how he talked to the first two. Bitch, what does how he talk? Excuse me. Excuse my language. Some women are dogs. You understand? But a woman being a dog is not the same as a man being a dog. There are some women who are dogs the way men have been classified as dogs. But then there are some women who are dogs and they are just female dogs. We ain't going to use the word, all right? Some women are just dogs. And this third woman that popped her balloon, she was a dog. Why? Because her popping her balloon had nothing to do with anything that happened between her and this man. Clearly, she liked what she saw. She liked that he was confident, liked that he was this and that. But when she saw him dismiss these first two women, well, I'm not going to let him dismiss me. I'm not going to be the third one dismissed. Popped her balloon. Why'd you pop your balloon? I don't like how he talked to these first two women. It's not just what you said, it's how you said it. You could have been nicer about it. Now, I don't even know you. Never met you a day in my life. You already trying to filter me? Why would a woman who doesn't even know you, just met you, don't know you from a can of paint, only seen you interact with these other two women, why would the way you talk to them be a problem? Because she believes that she deserves to be able to filter a man that she's going to deal with or entertain. She wants to pick at you, at your masculinity and your manhood. She wants to bring you down a notch, bring you down a level or two. Why? Why you want to bring me down? Why you want to me to, you know, uh, be more humble? I can't know that I'm that nigga. I can't know that I'm popping. I can't know that. Listen, I know what I got going on, and all y'all should want me. All y'all balloons should be red. That's why I'm on the show. How can I win on the show if I'm a man? If I don't come out knowing, oh yeah, all these months, ain't none of them finna pop their balloons. And once I get to talking, then we gonna really get to see who choosing. Every man on this show has to have confidence, have to have swag, have to be a man that stands on his 10 toes, has to be a man that knows, man, you blessed if I choose you. All these women are there for that kind of man. So them saying, I don't like how you talk, it's because you know that you're not going to be able to talk to me in any kind of way. You know that around me, you're going to have to watch your mouth. You're going to have to humble yourself because I don't need you. If you're going, either you get in line so you can be in my space, or it's okay because I know there's other women who will easily take your spot. And for a woman who is weak-minded, for a woman who doesn't have much to offer, it's too much work for her to deal with that. It's too much pressure. So rather than have to deal with that or do any work to be better or do any work to deal with a real man or do any work to have to understand how they have to conduct themselves to be in the company of this man who has all his confidence and has all his swag, I just think you think you too much of the shit. And I don't like that. And then, so boom, he said, hey, no matter, it's all good. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Feel some kind of way, somebody asked me how I felt, all I can do is tell the truth. And listen, if you don't like the truth, then that's cool. You ain't got to deal with me, but I'm always going to tell the truth. I'm always going to stand on, what I know to be right. And isn't that what every woman wants? Isn't that what all these women say that they're looking for? So if that's what they say they want, that's what they say they're looking for, but then when they encounter it, they remove themselves. It's because they know they didn't really qualify. They know they wasn't good enough. But as a man, you have to know that a woman acknowledging that she ain't good enough or acknowledging that she can't handle something, that is a woman who doesn't need it rubbed in her face. You understand? It's very rare that women can acknowledge defeat or women gracefully bow out. It's not a lot of things that women gracefully bow out of. And when it comes to dating, when it comes to talking to a woman, when it comes to getting to know a woman, when you, as a man, when you lay out what it is you're looking for, when you demonstrate the type of man that you are, you let it be known that, hey, listen, I tell the truth, man. I stand on what's right. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm not looking for. When a woman says, okay, I'm not really what you're looking for, don't be mad at her. Don't be, yeah, you right. You ain't, man. You ain't good enough. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't gonna work anyway because I wasn't gonna choose you. You gotta be able to show grace to as a man when a woman bows out. You gotta be able to say, you know what, hey, I appreciate that. That's big of you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have disagreed, but I get it. I understand. Hey, you feel how you feel, and it's all good. You take care of yourself, sis. Take care of yourself, sweetheart. This brother, he just had to rub it in. He had to say, well, you wasn't good enough anyway, or you wasn't going to qualify. And that's where he went wrong. He went wrong because he wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? He wasn't classy in victory. You understand? To go on this balloon popping show and a woman pop their balloon but say, I like how you look and everything was good until it's just I didn't like how you talk to these other women. That means I know you're gonna talk to me a certain kind of way. And a lot of women, they like to be dogs. A lot of women like to be problematic. They got attitudes. They like to see a man sweat. They like to see a man get flustered when they feel some kind of way or when they present some problem. When you a man that stands there and be like, okay, what's wrong? What's the issue? And you analyze it and break it down. If they out of line, as a man, when you tell a woman you out of line, don't do that. You can't do that and be with me, or you can't act like that if you're gonna deal with me. Or yeah, you better check that attitude at the door because I don't even deal with no nonsense like that. When you're the type of man that presents to a woman what you will and what you won't accept, and that you don't care how she feels about it or how she thinks about it, either she could change the behavior or she can get in line with what you in line with, or she can keep it moving. To most women, that's too right. Like, this nigga's too good. He's gonna make me have to be better. He's gonna require me to watch my mouth. He's gonna require me to be careful with what I say. And for too many women, they never had masculine energy in their life. They never had a man to train them, to teach them, to raise them. It's what a father's supposed to do. A lot of women never had fathers to train them and teach them to watch their mouth, watch how they carry themselves, watch what you say to a man. Don't let what this man doing affect, you know what I'm saying? Don't let what's going on over here affect what's going on this side. Don't be mad about something else that's going on if it ain't got nothing to do with you. Focus on you. A lot of these women never had that type of training, never had a man in their life to demonstrate what that looks like. So when they encounter it with a man in the world, when they encounter it out here with men they're dating, they run from it. It's a red flag. Since when how could being confident be a red flag? How could standing on the truth be a red flag? How could saying what you feel and what you think about a situation be a red flag? Because the person who sees that red flag is someone who is going to give you problems, who is going to want to argue, going to want to fight, going to want to get you to change. And if you're not going to budge, then where's the fun? Where's the game? Where's the drama? Where's the toxicity? When you're a man that got your shit together and you're not going to play no games with a woman, for most women, that's not fun. So I got to just shut up and do what you say. I got to be happy I'm with you. I got to be glad that you chose me. Nah, I want the guy that's going to bend over backwards and tap dance and jump through fiery hoops to win my affection. But a man who knows he got it going on, knows that he the shit, don't really need me, but wants me, I don't want to deal with that. That's too much. And as a man, you have to know that if you too much for a woman, let her go. Let her keep it moving. She gonna show you that you too much for her. She gonna show you that you too good for her. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But this brother didn't know how to just let him go. He didn't know how to just, it's okay, princess. You take care of yourself. You do your thing. You understand? Then he came to the sassy one in the red dress. He came to the hood rat out of the bunch. And why do I say the hood rat out of the bunch? Because you could immediately tell this is a woman who knew she was not getting chose. She knew standing next to them other four women, there's no way he picking me. Ain't no way. So when the thing came to her and the sister talking to her, you know what I'm saying, she asking her age or whatever, why she popped the balloon, she gonna say to the brother, my eyes are up here, darling. Like, to play the brother, tried to play this brother like he gawking over her or he lusting over her, knowing she's standing next to three women who are way prettier than her. Another thing about this show that y'all gotta understand, the show started out with like 12 women on the stage. By the end of this brother was the last contestant on the show. There's only 7 women standing there, which means what? 5 other women got chose already. You understand what I'm saying? 5 other women got chose. This the last man. They all know this the last. This is it. Them first 3 popped their balloons, and he talked to them the way he talked to them. The one in the red dress, she popped her balloon and knew it was going to be smoke. She popped her balloon and knew it was going to be an issue. So what does she do? In order for it to not seem like the problem is with her, she tried to find a way to make the problem with him. And as a man, you have to understand that that is the game that some women play. When they know that they done messed something up, or they done did something wrong, or they done put themselves in a position where they're gonna have to get checked, or it's not gonna work out favorably for them, they'll try to find some way to rile you up, try to find some way to get you to react or to respond in a disrespectful way, or get you to, now you the problem. You the one that's messed up. That sister asked that brother, why you know, where you looking at? Put your first of all, okay. The brother showed a lot of restraint because the woman in the red dress was not at all fine or bad or pretty or anything. Compared to that standing there, she is clearly and by far the worst out of the bunch. She's not bad at all. She's not fine. I'm just gonna pull this up, and I mean, she's by far the least beautiful of the bunch of women that's there. Right? Let's go ahead and pull it up for y'all. All right, this is all the women that's standing there, right? And okay, you can't see from that view. Let me see if this one works. Nope. Nope. Put myself on the side right there. All right, you see all the women standing there. The one in the blue that's in the middle, she wasn't there when the brother came up, but she might have been on par with the one in the red dress. But you can look at the rest of the women that's standing there. Red knows she's not winning. She knows she don't qualify. So when he come to her, and the dress she got on was saggy and not pretty. It wasn't a good look at all. And so when he comes up, she's going to make this about him. She knows she done popped her balloon. So she done removed herself from the equation. But she knows that if she just say something regular and something nice and just try to keep it moving, there's a chance he might snap on her like he did the other women. He might try to dismiss her. So before she can get dismissed or before she can get clowned, she tried to make it like he was checking out her breasts or looking at her cleavage. And the brother came and was like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, baby, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You hairy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Again, what is the brother not doing? The brother's not being gracious. The brother's not just letting these women live. He could have just been like, nah, sis, it wasn't even nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I wasn't checking at your body parts or nothing like that. But this is a cat who, and a lot of brothers, you may be this way. When you're a man that's used to talking to women, used to, you know, dealing with women, interacting with them, even on a friendship level, not necessarily just always hollering at them or trying to get in their panties. But when you spend enough time around women, talking to women, you know how they throw shade. You know how they try to, you know, put folks on blast. And this is a cat that's been around enough women to where he know when a woman trying to throw shade, and he's quick to throw the shade back, which shows a level of insecurity and weakness in him, because it's like, man, let the hoe live. But sometimes women gotta be put in their place. Sometimes they gotta be checked properly. And in this situation, this scenario, you know what I'm saying? I don't think this was the situation or the scenario to be checking them. You out in public, you out in the streets, and you say, "Hey, what's going on? So let me talk to you." And she's, nigga, who was you?" That's the time and the place to have to check her. But when you on a dating show and you choosing, and this woman is not one you would have chose anyway, you got to keep it gracious and keep it moving. But he didn't hesitate to deal with her, you know, like he would deal with a broad on the streets. So they get into the back and forth, right? He move on from her, go to the second rod, the one in the pink. She pop her balloon. They said, "Why you pop your balloon?" She said, "Cause I got hair on my arms too." And he like, "Damn, that's cool." And the other one, the red one in the red, she want the attention. She want that energy from him. She wanted to get him riled up, and he ain't give her enough of what she wanted, which is why she wanted to continue the conversation. Listen, it ain't and he didn't know how to ignore it. He didn't know how to block her out. He didn't know, man, a hit dog gonna holler every time, bro. You ain't gotta engage and indulge yourself in a woman you wasn't gonna deal with anyway. But rather than him keeping it moving and just, you know what I'm saying, pushing forward, he went back and forth with her over the pink one. Told the pink one, "You can get your balloon back." She like, again, peer pressure influenced by the other women. Nah, I'm good. Like, okay, that's cool. Then the one in the blue popped her balloon. Why you pop your balloon? Now she stated, I liked everything about this brother, the way he looked, the way he talking. I don't mind. I like a man that ain't in a whole bunch of other women's faces. You know what I'm saying? But then you kind of, you know what I'm saying, like you snapped on me and, you know what I'm saying, again, being influenced by the other women, the one in the blue couldn't have just let it go. Couldn't let bygones be bygones. She got to try a cap for all these other hoes because by now, everybody done popped their balloon but one girl. So the one in the blue don't want to be left out. She don't want to wait for him to come for her. She gonna cap for all the rest of these women, and she gonna say something, try to get on the brother case. He's talking about he like a Ninja Turtle, and he probably live by himself, or let me live with a roommate or something like that. He had to let her know he had to get again. This ain't the time or the place or the situation to have to prove yourself, to have to validate yourself to a bunch of women who you wasn't going to even deal with anyway, who you didn't even like or wasn't going to choose anyway. But the brother, instead of being gracious, instead of moving on, he felt like he had to double, triple down, quadruple down, started getting on the one in the blue, telling her she can't, he could pull 100K out the bank. She ain't doing nothing with her little property manager job. And it's like, all right, that's cool, bruh. But what are you accomplishing? What's the goal? What's the purpose? If you're in a situation in a circumstance like this, and the woman, it's clear, whoever you leave with, she chose. Whoever you leave with, she chose you, but also you chose her. So she the chosen one. Whoever you leave here with, she's the only winner. Why waste your time and your energy with a bunch of loser ass women? Why waste your time going back and forth with women that's beneath you, women who you wasn't, who didn't get chose anyway? Because this brother wasn't gracious in, you know what I'm saying, victory, he came across looking like an asshole and a piece of shit. And for a lot of women who know that a man like this, not because of his physical appearance, a lot of what made these women upset was not this brother's physical appearance. They not mad because he in shape and he work out, you know what I'm saying? They mad because he carries himself like a man. Because he wouldn't allow himself to be, you know what I'm saying? He would not bend or fold or capitulate to these women and their disapproval of the way he talked to other women. And there are a lot of women out here. There's a spirit on a lot of women that they want to do anything they can to bring a man down a notch. And as a man in this world, in this society, if you work hard, you take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying? You put yourself in a position to be a winner. You do all the things that's required of a man to carry himself like he's the shit, carry himself like he know he's that guy, doesn't apologize or feel like he gotta, humble himself for anything. You have to know that there are women out here who want to bring you down. And for those women, you have to let them be miserable by themselves. Do not engage them. Don't argue with them. Don't fight with them, because then you're giving them validation. You're making their existence worthy. And then you put yourself in a position to be abused and taken advantage of by them. I don't think it was the women who on this show that popped their balloons, but for all of the booger wolves, all of the, you know what I'm saying, all the booger wolves, all the gorilla necks, all of the monkey mouths, all of the just, side street, $40 on the dresser, cash at me, can you buy me a drink, women out there. This brother represented everything that they've never been able to obtain in a man. And because he represents everything that they could never obtain in a man, because he represents something that is far beyond their reach, the one thing that they felt they could do was hurt this brother, to bring him down a notch, to teach him a lesson in humility, to try and humble him. And that's what the 500 calls to his job was about. That's what trying to get him fired was about. It wasn't about him being disrespectful, him being out of line, or him being out of pocket. It was about him not being gracious in victory. It was about him having to rub it in their faces that, well, yeah, you weren't going to qualify anyway. These women want to reject you, and you just take it on the chin. And you should. Especially in a situation where I wasn't even trying to holler at you. You meet a woman out at the bar. You come up to a woman, excuse me, mister. She said, I have a boyfriend. I was going to ask you for the time, sis. I wasn't even trying to holler at you. You could say that. It ain't gotta be, bitch. I wasn't trying to holler at you anyway. You funky. It's like you gotta learn to be gracious as a man. For whatever reason, a woman removes herself out of the equation. Don't be mad at her. Don't be dismissive about it. Let her live. It's okay. It's all right, sis. That's straight. You got a man. Okay. I didn't ask you though. I wasn't looking for that. You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that there are a lot of women who are fragile. They cannot handle rejection. They can, let's say, they can dish it, but they can't take it. They can say, I ain't want you anyway. You can say, okay, that's cool. But if you say, I didn't care if you didn't want me because I wasn't gonna holler at you anyway, that might crush their whole spirit, crush their day, wreck their mind, put them in a dark place. And if they can, those women they will make you pay. They will make you know that what you did wasn't right. And so listen, learn from this balloon game. You should watch. I ain't gonna say watch the balloon game, but learn from this balloon game that there are women out there who will stop at nothing to bring a good man down. They see you doing good, you got it popping, you unapologetic about it. They'll do whatever they can to try and ruin you. They'll do whatever they can to try and humble you, to bring you down a notch, to bring you down on their level. And if you're a man, if you're a man that got your stuff together, you worked hard, you've established yourself, you have to know that there are some women that are just going to be beneath you. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're not going to qualify, they're not going to be on your level, and you should not be afraid or apologize for letting that be known. But the way that you let a woman know matters. You ain't got to go and destroy your sister. You ain't got to go and beat a woman over the head with how much she doesn't qualify. Be gracious in victory. Hey, you know what, sis? You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I don't think it's going to work out. But you take care of yourself. I wish you all the best. I hope everything work out for you. Boom. It's not necessary to exit a woman's life or to have a woman exit your life, you know, by degrading her or putting her down or, making her hurt. And for some of these women, that's what he did. And for the women who could relate to that, they wanted to get back at him. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, you got to learn to be gracious in victory, man. Um, and understand that women won't always be the same. Again, there are a lot of women out here who are dogs. They don't know how to conduct themselves like ladies. They don't know how to conduct themselves like princesses. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to conduct themselves like women who deserve to have something good and great in their life. And when you encounter them and when you come across, you cross their path, acknowledge it, recognize it, and please, brother, save yourself a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, and just keep it moving. But hey, maybe I'm an angry black man and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad for all you brothers and sisters tuning in. Once again, this is Toxic Tuesdays going forward. Toxic Tuesday, every Tuesday. We're going to chop it up. We're going to see what's going on out there in social media. We're going to see what's going on out there in the world. And I'm going to come at y'all with the angry black man perspective, the righteous black man perspective, and see if we can come to some understanding, some agreement on what's going on with these things. But hey, y'all comment. Let me know what y'all thought about the breakdown. Like, subscribe, share. Let everybody know. Tuesdays, man. Toxic Masculinity, Captain Soccer War, Chief Sock G, Angry Black Man Media in full effect. And with that, I'll get at y'all, man. I am out. Hold on. Boom.